and welcome to today's video. We're going to be talking about everything you need to know as a beginner starting out in Palia. One thing that I hear pretty often about this game is that it's kind of overwhelming when you start out. You're not really sure exactly what to do or what to be focused on. So today I'm going to provide you with all the information you need to know about all the different aspects of Palia so that you can focus on really just enjoying yourself and having fun in the game versus feeling overwhelmed. Also, please make sure you check the description box below because I will include a bunch of helpful links and resources to help you throughout your journey here in Palia. I will have this video timestamped, so feel free to jump around. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Okay, so let's quickly talk about some gameplay settings as well that I think it's important for everybody to know about. One of my favorites is this one right here. If you have motion sickness, then you definitely want to turn this on. It should help with that. Just the way you run around in the world, sometimes it can cause motion sickness. I've experienced it early on, but I haven't experienced it now, so I don't know if they've changed something, but I just want you to know about this in case you do have motion sickness. You can just check this box to turn that on and that should help. Also, another setting that I think is important is toggle to sprint. I turned it on to toggle, so I only have to hit the shift button once and I will automatically just be sprinting continuously without having to hold the button or anything like that. Next is mode. Now you can see we have 3. It's set to default automatically, which shows player names above their head, and also the chat will show down in the left hand corner of the screen. Now you can, even if you're not a streamer, you can turn on streamer chat off, which turns off the names over people's head and also minimizes the in-game chat. But just remember to only turn this on or turn it off when you want to see somebody's name or chat with them or something like that. But if you're trying to minimize the stuff on your screen, this is a good thing to turn on just to get rid of some of the clutter on the screen. Lastly, if you're looking for your chat bubbles when you send a message, we now have the ability to have these chat bubbles that pop up above our head. So you can enable your own chat bubbles, or you can enable other people's chat bubbles, so you can turn these on and off depending on your preference. You also have the ability to keybind in this game, so if you go to controls here under the gamepad settings, you can come down and see that you can kind of rebind all of your controls if you want to do that, which I think is a nice feature. Those are the most important in my opinion. Let's talk about the character menu. The character menu can be opened by pressing I on your keyboard, and here you can see literally everything about your character. Let's just start from the top. You have a menu here that you can scroll through. This is your inventory. You can also access the map here. You have your quest log here. You can see in your quest you have main, discovery, and you also have completed. Then you have community. Communities, there's a couple of different things you want to know about communities, but you can start kind of like a little guild. In MMOs, that's usually what they're called, is guilds. You can see I'm in a guild with some other creators here. You can give it a name and also a description, and then you can see everybody who's in the guild on this side. You can also invite people here. Here are your relationships. You can see exactly how far along you are with increasing your relationships with them here. Anybody with this second level bar is a romanceable character in the game. So not everybody is romanceable, but a lot of people are. Now, as you level up not only your friendship, but your romance level with certain characters, you will get different gifts and things like that. You can see what you're going to get from leveling up your relationship with them over here in this menu. And as you, of course, level up your friendship as a whole, you can see you get a different access to a different bar and you get different rewards. So just keep in mind that leveling up these friendships do get you gifts and stuff that you can use for decorating or other things in your game, which is really, really nice. So up here in the right-hand corner, you can see we have gift options. You can give a gift daily, and you can also give gifts that I think improve your relationship faster, which are weekly gifts or weekly wants. So you learn these by talking to a villager. Let's go see if we can find someone. Oh, there's Reth making a little cocktail. So we can chat with Reth here. You can see I have a level 2 friendship with them. And then you can come to this little icon down here and it says learn what villagers want. Now, sometimes they will tell you what they want. Sometimes they'll tell you what someone else in the village is looking for. So it says days like this, when there's a slight chill in the air, I always want a hankering for a good old fashioned bowl of congee. So basically Reth is telling me if you give me congee, that will improve our relationship quite nicely. Now you can have more than one romantic relationship in the game. You can just choose to have, you know, a relationship with anybody, and none of the characters are going to be mad at you for romancing more than one person in the game. Okay, so I love that. I think that it's a lovely option if that's something you want to do. However, you do only get 2 pins. Pins are items that you can wear on your character. You can see right here under accessories. We have romance pins. So you can wear these romance pins, which basically symbolize that you're in a romantic relationship with two characters, but you can have a leveled up romantic relationship with every character, if that makes sense. You just can only wear the 2 pins at a time. Now, in addition to your relationships menu up here, you also have accomplishments. You have weekly challenges as well as just standard accomplishments that you can work on. Now, if it's a weekly challenge, you'll see this little time sensitive icon up here. If you hover over it, it'll tell you this weekly challenge expires in 3 days and 7 hours. Now, there's no penalty for not completing these. You get more new weekly challenges every week. Now, in addition to the weekly challenges, you have these regular challenges here that get you renown, and some also get you gifts as well. So we're pretty familiar with this. This is a lot like Animal Crossing. If you've ever played that game, you can log in and kind of complete these different things and it will gift you different items. So renown, as we know, is very important, but look at these little cool trophies that you can get. Some of these will get you really cool items like this Kilima bug collector's display box, which you can use as decoration in your home. And if you click on the little icon down here, when it has, especially when you see it has more than one thing that you're working on collecting, you can click the little magnifying glass and it'll show you everything that you've collected. Anything that's grayed out like this means that you are still looking for these bugs. Now, you also can get rewards such as skill medals, which you get after level 10 of each skill. We'll talk about that in a second, but these coins can be used to be purchase different things, and you can see that these weekly accomplishments usually give you these medallions that you can use. That's everything you need to know about the accomplishments tab, but it's a very cool thing to focus on to get some unique gifts and things like that. All right, so that is your basic menu here. Those are what these different tabs are. You can see your tool ring is here. Now down here you have skill levels. Skill levels are essentially every skill that you can do in the game, which is fishing, cooking, gardening, mining, hunting, bug catching, foraging, and furniture making. These little bars show you how far you are to getting to the next level. And once you get these skills to level 10, you start to get medals, which is a type of currency in the game. These skill medals can be used to be purchased certain items for different characters. So for example, if I run over to, let's go talk to Reth again because Reth is at work. If I come in here and talk to Reth, I can open the cooking guild store. And then if I scroll to the very bottom of the guild store, you can see that the metal icon is here and I can purchase not only food, but I can purchase plaques and other really, really cool items that I can use on my plot or for decorating. You can see some of these are very expensive and require a lot of metals. So it's important that you're always leveling up those skills or working on your weekly accomplishments to get these medals once you've reached level 10. So here's your item menu. This is basically your inventory. Your inventory comes with 3 separate sections. One is your basic inventory that holds a lot of your general stuff. When you start in the game, I think you only have 1 to 2 rows of inventory. I have upgraded my backpack, which I'll show you where to do that at. I have upgraded my backpack to get more inventory slots, which is really, really helpful. But this is my Amvo inventory. You can see I can upgrade this at Ziki's store. And then we also have your quest inventory. So it'll separate out items that are just quest items. So if you pick up something around the world and you can't find it, it's likely here in your quest storage. So make sure you check this quest area regularly to find an item that you're looking for. You can click on your character to kind of spin them around if you want to. And then up here we have news, collections, and the premium shop. Now your Palia coins is a currency that you purchase in the premium shop. You use real money, real in-life money to purchase these Palia coins. You can see your Palia coins package here, and then you can see you can scroll through. And the best thing about the premium shop is these items don't go away. So any new clothing items or accessories that they add into the game, you can purchase at any time. If you can't get it right away, don't worry. You can just wait till you can purchase some more coins and get it then. In the collections menu, this is where you can come to edit your emotes. So there's a bunch of different emotes that you get in the game. You can also click on the menu up here to access the pets that you have purchased. And then you have tool skins. Tool skins is one of the coolest things that we just got in the game. If you need to equip a tool skin, this is where you'll come. You can just click on it. The best thing about tool skins is when you purchase a pack, you can choose between which one looks which way. So you don't have to equip just one pack is what I'm trying to say. You also have the news tab. The news tab is where you'll go to redeem certain things that the game has given you. So many times Palia will just gift you different items for either completing a community goal. If you participate in any Twitch drops are a way to get exclusive items. But again, if you ever get any gifts or if you redeem a code at palia.com under your account, you can find whatever it is that you redeemed here on the news tab. And then you you just come over here and hit claim, and then those items should appear in your inventory. All right, so now we're going to talk about currency, which is going to lead us into the next part of the video. We've already talked about Palia coins, which I told you can get from the premium shop, but now let's talk about Renown, which is this here, and then also your gold coins that you get. Gold coins you can get through selling all of the stuff that you get from, you know, the different skills that you partake in. So anything, literally everything in the game makes you money. Later on in the video, I will give you my recommendation for what I think is the best way or for me to make money, and I'll just share that process with you. Everybody has kind of their own way, and you can sell items a couple of ways. One of the ways you can sell them is to the NPCs around town, or the best way, or which most people sell stuff, is at this little box on your plot. So the shipping bin is where you can basically sell anything in your inventory, and then it tells you the next shipment time right here. It tells you exactly when you're going to receive your next payment, basically when this stuff gets sold. So you don't even have to leave your house to sell a lot of stuff. But that's how you make gold coins in the game. So the next type of currency is Renown, and you can get Renown, as you can see, from leveling up, developing relationships with villagers, completing quests, and completing accomplishments. So that's another good reason why you should be working on your accomplishments, but you also want to make sure you're working on your quests and things like that, because Renown can get you a number of different things in the game, which we're going to jump into right now. Now, one thing to note about Renown is it does cap out at about 10,000. You can see it caps out at 9,999, which just means that once you reach that amount of Renown, you can't earn any more, even if you're questing or anything like that. So you do want to make sure you'll be spending your Renown, but to be honest with you, I don't think you'll have a problem with spending Renown because, again, there's a lot of different ways you can spend it. So now let's talk about Renown and how it relates to your focus. Your focus is up there in the left-hand corner of the screen, that purple bar that you can see. You can also see how much focus you have down here at the bottom of the character screen. Now, as a side note, you can have up to 999 or basically 1,000 focus on your character. So once you level this up, that's as high as it can go. Now, if you hover over the focus bar, you can see it says increasing focus is as simple as eating. So these meals, I always have food on me at all times. Now, it's important to always have your focus bar filled because that is going to help you level up faster. Now, you can still level up your character, and leveling up, I mean, in terms of your skills. So when you're running around and doing different skills, you can see they will level up. Now, I haven't done a very good job of this because I spend my focus on other things, but in early game, it's probably a good idea that you spend most of your Renown on leveling up your focus bar. There are two areas that you can focus on. One is going to be focus capacity. The other is going to be focus bonus. Now, focus capacity is this little number here. I have 400 focus capacity. As I mentioned, it can get up to 1,000. So you can level that up to have more focus on your character at a time. And then you have focus bonus. You can see mine right now is at 30%. I need to be doing much better. Don't listen to what I say, not what I do, okay? But yeah, you can update your focus bonus to be higher at different shrines. Now, if you see this shrine right here, this is the first one that you'll come across in the game. This shrine right here should increase your focus bonus. So I run up here. Oh, I just found a chest right here. Very cool. But as you run up to these statues, you can see it says to commune. It's going to cost 100 focus. I'll hit commune. Look how cool that is. Okay. So I just got a little indicator showing that my bonus has been increased. So let's take a look. It now says that my focus bonus is at 35%. Okay. That cost me 100 Renown. Let me show you the other shrine. All right, so here we are running up to another shrine. The first one was the Phoenix Shrine. You could tell because it was a bird. This is the Dragon Shrine, which is absolutely gorgeous. And this shrine is used to increase your focus capacity. So again, you can come here, hit commune. And you can see that my maximum focus has increased to 450 now, okay? So you can come to these shrines and spend your Renown depending on what you're trying to increase, but those are the two places that you'll do it, okay? And again, the importance is to help you not only increase your focus, but the efficiency of your focus. And this is gonna be really great early game because if you increase not only the capacity, but really importantly, increase the bonus, you'll level up faster. And again, leveling up faster, like I mentioned, is going to help you to get better resources, better things to make more money. It's just very important that you're leveling up quickly, especially in the beginning. This is a great way to do that, okay? Now, let's talk about what else Renown can get you. All right, so here we are outside of Town Hall, and if you run right in here to this little cash register, you'll be able to see that Renown can buy you other things as well. So at the top right here for these writs, you can see they cost Renown. A writ helps you to expand your housing space. So in addition to writs, you can use Renown to purchase wallpapers or other aesthetic upgrades to your house. You can see all of these wallpapers and also roofing tiles can be purchased here for 100 Renown. So it's pretty expensive, but again, if you're doing questing and leveling up and stuff like that, you should get Renown rather quickly. All right, so now let's talk about your home plot. This is going to be a bit of a longer section just because there's a lot to your home plot, mainly because you're going to spend a lot of time building up this area from kind of like nothing. So when you start out in the game, you will arrive at this plot that is really run down like you do in a lot of farm sims if you're used to playing those types of games, and you're tasked with rebuilding it, which is always really fun, and seeing the progress as things change is always really nice. So I'm going to tell you everything you need to know when it comes to decorating, expansions, and things that you can add on to your home, how to do all of that, and what you can expect. A couple things you want to know about when you're in your home plot is that if you hit H on your keyboard, it'll be different if you're playing on a different system. Please ignore them. Oh my gosh, I need to fix these roofs, sorry. But this is your plot. My plot is fully expanded, okay? So when you first start out in the game, most of these side pieces are going to be in little white boxes that haven't been unlocked yet, which you will use writs, as I talked about earlier in the video, to unlock these little squares, okay? Now up here in the upper right hand corner, you can see some information. It'll show you how many writs you have. You can also see the total value of your plot. In the upper corner here, you can see access to different plots. Now this is very cool because you can have multiple different plots. Some people have created whole new plots just to use as cooking, like a cooking plot, so everybody can come together and cook in a massive group to make money, you know, selling cakes and things like that. You may hear people talking about cake parties. That's exactly what it is. A bunch of people get together, bake a bunch of cakes, and then sell them because it's very profitable. But you can expand how many plots you have by clicking in this menu here, and you can hit new plot. If you hit the little gear icon up here at the top of the screen, you can open up your plot settings. Here's where you can name your individual plots, so you can give every single plot that you have in the game its own individual name. You also have plot security and permissions. Plot security is essentially just setting your plot to either open or closed, or I guess you could say private. If it's open, anybody can visit if you're on your home plot. If you have it set to just friends, then it's just friends who you've added in the game who can visit your home plot. And then closed obviously means nobody can visit, but NPCs can still come by for quests and things like that. You have 3 options for permissions for your friends. You can set them to editor, visitor, or no entry. They pretty much mean exactly what they say. And then you have editor. Editor is one you want to make sure you only assign to people you trust, because they can decorate, move things around, and all that good stuff. So they have a lot more access to what they can do on your plot. So just be mindful of that. Now, if you do want to jump to a different plot, you can click on the drop down menu again and then hit the plot that you want to load. Click load plot. And then here you are, you've loaded into a completely different plot. Now this is so amazing because again, you can have multiple different houses. You can have plots for different means. For example, my secondary plot here is used for my garden. I plan on decorating this fully, but this is a great way for me to water up my plants. And I can just have all of my plants taking up space on this plot instead of my main plot. In addition, when you're in this menu, you can decorate through here. So this is how you'll add new attachments to your house. For example, say you went and bought a room or something like that from the town. You can take this room and then apply it to your house. Now you can see they connect by these little dots. You see these little orange dots here. If you want to add a room, they have to connect to a dot like that. And you can see you can get very creative with your plot design. You can go as small or as big as you want. But yeah, you can add any home additions through this menu over here. You can even separate it out by house, your crafting machines that you have, fencing, blueprints. Blueprints means that this is a blueprint that you've bought but you haven't built it yet. So once you set this down, you'll attach it to a spot that you want it in, and then you need to add the resources in order to build it up. Okay, so I placed down the windmill, for example. Then you can come up to this little sign right here, click F, and then you can put all the resources that you need in order to upgrade. So obviously you need to make sure you have these resources in your storage because that's where it pulls from. Add all of the resources, hit confirm. And then you will see that slowly over time, this will turn into a fully upgraded thing. Let's see how long this is going to take. It says it has 9 in real life minutes. So in 9 minutes, this windmill will be fully upgraded. Every building takes its own individual set amount of time. So just keep that in mind. So that's what blueprints mean. If you have already built something and you want to remove it, you can just quickly right click to remove an item like so. Now, if you want to rotate around, you can press Q or E so that you can rotate. Let's talk about entering into build mode. If you hit Control on your keyboard, you'll enter into a build mode, which means you can essentially just pick up and move anything in this mode. The build mode in Palia is absolutely amazing. It's one of the best decorating games I've ever played in my life. You can choose to edit on a grid like so. I mean, there's so much to know about build mode. For example, I can close this drawer or I can open it. If I open it, I can go into build mode, and anywhere you see a grid, you can place things. So I've placed some books inside. I've placed like some little decor in here. So just keep in mind on where you can put stuff. You can put things on top of each other. I mean, it's crazy. You can do so much. If you don't want to work on a grid, sometimes when you're placing objects and you want to get something a little bit closer to clutter items, you just hit Z and it will remove the grid completely. So let me just show you. If I try to put this here, I can't put it very close, right? It's blocked. So I'll put that back down. If I hit C, I can then pick this item up, and then I can usually get them a little bit closer. Now, furniture does not count towards your storage limit. So any furniture you don't want, you can easily just store away into your storage chest. Also, in addition to placing rooms and building rooms, if you hit this little pencil icon here, you can change the layout of your house. You can change the window size, and you can also change the doorways or the entryways. Let me show you. Here you can see these are the doorways that you'll be editing when you hit the edit icon. So right now it's set to the square, right? If I hit the pencil icon and I do this, I can change it to a single doorway. And then it changes to look like this. Now, in addition to changing the doorways, you can also change windows. So if you see this little icon here, that means it's a window. You have 3 options. You can change it to a solid wall. You can change it to this window, which I'll show you how that looks. So this is how that window looks. Or you can change it to a large window, that's how it looks. It just makes it a little bit bigger, and it also has like a little flower box outside. Very nice. Now, also on your home plot, there are a couple of different ways where you can enter and exit your plot. In the front here, this is how you exit to go out to Kilima Village. You go straight out these gates and it'll take you straight there. You can also go to Bahari Bay by running to the back of your plot. I'll show you as soon as I get back there. But if you run to the back of your plot here, you can exit out to Bahari Bay. Bahari Bay is an area we're going to be talking about later on in the video. It's the second map. And so you can go straight up this hill up here, and then it'll lead you to Bahari Bay. Now, let's say you want to visit some of your friends. You can come to this sign right here and visit other plots. So you can see you have a couple of different options here. But if you scroll through, anybody who is online or on their home plot right now, you can click their name. And if their plot is open, you can click to visit, and it'll basically just load you onto their plot, and you can tour their home or their space. It's really cool. So that is the way that you can visit your friends or other members of the community. There's another thing that we've added to the game in terms of decorating that are called building blocks. Now, I'm not going to go into a full tutorial about building blocks, but essentially building blocks are exactly as they sound. You can use them to create something totally different. Now, I would also suggest looking up some videos, because there are tons of different ways that you can use these building blocks, and it's relatively new and a lot of people are experimenting with this, but I wanted to include this in the beginners video because these are items that I think are going to continue to probably be expanded on. As an example of what you can do with building blocks, this is kind of something that I've been working on lately as the entry to my home. You can see I've used the blocks for a number of things. I've made like a broken little archway here. I've also used some of the pillars on the back right here as well. So these building blocks are great for making custom designs. But again, if you want to see some videos, I have a video on my channel on how to make an arch. And there's a ton of other creators who have made some fantastic videos on what to do with building blocks. So make sure you just do a quick search on YouTube and you can learn all about that. All right, so now let's talk about machines. So you have a bunch of different machines that will be used to create new resources and stuff. These machines can be purchased by getting the recipes as you level up your skills, like I've mentioned, okay? But what I want you to know about is that you cannot put down an infinite amount of machines. You have to purchase these passes that you can get from Town Hall in order to have the building rights on your plot, okay? So if I tried to put down more machines than I had the rights for, it would tell you that you need to go purchase more from Town Hall. Let's talk about storage. Storage is a very tough thing to start out with because you don't have unlimited storage. If you come to your crafting table, you'll be able to see that you can craft storage boxes. So you have 3 different levels. You have a basic storage box, which is a wooden storage chest. Okay, a general storage chest made of wood. It stores up to 400 items. You can only place up to 8 general storage chests on your plot. So you can't have more than 8 storage chests on your plot. So again, this is the recipe that you start out with. I would make all 8 of these as soon as possible and then place them all down so you can have the max amount of storage as a beginner starting out in the game. Now, you can upgrade to the next one, which is a copper storage chest. And then the third upgrade is the iron storage chest. Now you don't have these recipes starting out. I'm going to show you exactly where you can go to get these recipes. All right, so if you need the recipes to upgrade your storage, you have to come to Tish's store here, the furniture store, and then you go to the little cash register that's on this table. So you scroll all the way down to the bottom, and this is where you will find the recipes for the different storage chests that you'll need. So again, the first one that you start with is that basic wooden one. The copper storage is the next. The copper storage stores up to 825 items, and then the iron storage chest stores up to 1,250 items per chest, which will lead up to the 10,000 max storage that you can have on your plot. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, now that we're back at home and you have your recipes, essentially what you're going to need to do is make 8 of the wooden storage chests, because you'll need a wooden storage chest in order to make a copper storage chest. So you'll see that it requires 1. Now, once you have these placed on your plot, all you need to do is pick up the one you've already crafted, put it in your inventory, and then come in here and craft the copper storage. So pick up all 8 of your storage chests, put them in your inventory, and then you can craft all 8 of the new copper storage chests. And then once you have 8 copper storage chests, you'll use those copper storage chests to make an iron storage chest. See, you can see it requires 1 copper storage chest. So then you pick up all 8 of your copper storage, and then you can craft your iron storage chest. But then you can place down officially all 8 of your iron storage chests to get 10,000 storage limit on your plot, and that will save you a lot of heartache. Okay, all right, so let's talk about crafting. You will have a crafting table like you do in many cozy games. You come here, and this is where you can craft literally everything. So any furniture, any tools, any recipes that you get, you will be crafting them at your crafting table here. You can see I have a ton of different recipes. Now, one thing I want to point out and why it's important to talk about this is because you only need to craft 1 item in the furniture category to unlock another item in the furniture category. Okay, so when you're out like shopping and you see new recipes, all you need to do is buy 1 of those recipes, come home, craft it, and then you'll get access to the rest of the recipes. Let me show you how it works. So anything that you've crafted already, it'll have this check mark next to it to let you know that you've already crafted this item. So I'm going to do this bellflower chair. This one, it requires a lot of expensive resources, but we're going to make 1. Once it's done being crafted, it'll go into your inventory, and then as you can see, it will unlock 3 recipes for me to choose from. So you essentially just keep crafting furniture until there's nothing left to craft in that decorated set. Now you can also choose to make more than 1. Just keep an eye on your resources, but you can craft a bunch of these. And one thing that you want to keep in mind is that when you are crafting, make sure you pay attention to this little number here. This means that if you craft 1, you get 20 arrows. Okay, so as many of you have noticed or will notice if you're starting out in the game, is that Palia is absolutely huge. It's a great grand world, and there's so much to see and do, so it's going to be really important that you're familiar with your map. I'm also going to share with you details about the town, where to find certain resources and things like that. So let's jump right in, starting with the map. Here you can see a map of Kilima. So there are 2 maps that we have right now. One is for Kilima, another is for Bahari Bay. Let's talk about Kilima first, and then we'll talk about Bahari Bay. Now, in the center of the map, we have Kilima Village. This is where you're going to come to find everything like furniture. You can change your appearance here at the tailor. We have Ziki shop where you can buy seeds and other things, even your backpack upgrade. Town hall is where you'll upgrade things for your home plot. And we have the library. So it's literally a town. Like, this is where you're going to find most of the things that you need when you need to sell something, or if you're looking to purchase something that you need. Kilima is also where you can see most of our villagers at. These NPCs are always here. Some NPCs can be found in Bahari Bay at certain times of the day, but in general, during the day, you'll find a lot of the people that you need for quests or to chat with right here. Also, as another note, if you're looking to track somebody that's on the map, you can just use your mouse wheel, not only to zoom in and out of your map, but you can also click it to set a little white ring around someone that you're looking for. And then that white ring will show up on your compass up top, just like that. I'll zoom in so you guys can see it. But you can also use it to set a waypoint, which is this marker here. And you can see that on your map as well. So it's another way to kind of track where you're going a little bit easier. If you want to remove it, you just click it the same way that you added it down. Now on your map as well, if you're tracking quests, you'll see these little map markers. And over here is a guide to understand what these different markers mean. But for example, you can see this is a quest goal. I need to be searching this area for something. I can see that Kilima has a quest for me that's available. And so you just want to make sure you're paying attention to your map markers. You'll also see these map markers above the individual NPCs' heads. Two important things to know about the town is, one, you can repair all of your tools right here at Sifu's place. It does cost some gold, but it's not super expensive to repair your tools here. So you do that at this little repair bench. Let me just try to get the chat off of Sifu. Sometimes when she's standing here, it can be hard to get the repair to pop up, but you hit F to repair your tools. This little green bar around the tools will show you how close they are to breaking. That's if you have them upgraded. The basic tools that you start out with in the game don't break, but as you upgrade them, they will get this green bar, which means as you use them over time, they start leading to breaking, which downgrades them and you have to recraft them again. So then you can just hit the repair button and it will repair all of your tools. Side note, you can also use repair kits, but I just pay for it. I just feel like it's a little bit quicker and it's not that expensive to do, but you can craft repair kits that will repair your tools as well. While we're here in town, I do want to show you another really important spot to know about. This is the tailor shop. This is Gel's shop here in town, and the tailor shop is important to know for a couple of reasons. So let's say that you're out running around and you want to change your outfit. You can come here to one of these doors and hit change clothes. This is just basically coming in and changing your outfit. You can do this at home at a dresser or something like that, but again, if you're out running around and you do want to change some stuff, you can do it here. Now, another important thing to know is that if you need to change your character's actual physical appearance, okay, the shape of your face, your eyes, you can do that in the game, which is very, very helpful. You can come here into this mirror and hit change your appearance. And this is where you can change things like your hair, but most importantly, you can change your character's skin tone, eyes, voice, face shape. So it really takes you back to the beginning of a game when you were making your character. You can do all of those things here. There is a cooldown on this, and it's very important that you change your character's appearance. You make sure that you're okay with whatever appearance you're changing it to be stuck with that for a little while. But you can come back and rechange it after that cooldown is done. Another little cool detail is that they actually show off some of the new premium shop clothing items here on these mannequins, which is really, really nice. Oh, one thing I almost forgot to mention is that if you're looking to try on a premium shop item, like in this menu, you can do that now by just clicking, even if you don't own it. This used to not be possible, but you can try on everything in the game. Any outfit that exists in the game, you can try it on here before purchasing it. And let's talk about some of these other buildings since we're here. This one is Tish's shop. Tish is the furniture maker here in Kilima Village, and you can come in here to purchase all of this wonderful furniture. For example, this moonstruck couch. I think I'm going to buy that because I don't want to make it. So that's another important part. You can purchase all of this stuff that you see in Tish's shop, but all of this you should be able to craft yourself as well. So you really have to weigh whether you want to purchase it for coins or if you want to spend the time gathering the resources you need to make it. And then we have Town Hall. Town Hall is super, super important because this is where you come to purchase writs and also expansions for your home plot. So let's open the store really quick to see. So you see we have a couple of different things. These are writs, but these writs will be used to expand your home plot. You have a bunch of little blocks that you can use a writ to purchase, and it opens up more space on your plot. You also have crafting licenses. You're going to need these to place down more and more machines that you use to craft different things in your game. So as you purchase one, they go up in price, but you can purchase crafting licenses here. And then here are all the expansions to your house. So you can come here to purchase all of these expansions, all of these different things you need to build the house of your dreams, whether big or small. You can find the stuff you need here. Now, you also have other things like wallpapers and things like that you can get here. But in general, if you're looking for something that you need in your game to expand your house or, you know, anything like that, you need to come to the City Hall Town Store. And you can get it here. All right, now let's talk about the library. They just added a new feature to the library where you can come in here to purchase books. So if you're looking for the books, they're here in the library. Now, the other place that I want you guys to know about is Zeki's shop here. Zeki's shop has this little lucky ball machine or lucky box. Basically, what you want to do is come into the store, and I just purchased something. I usually purchase something that I'll use in cooking or something like that. I purchased 3 of them, and then you can get a Zeki coin, which will be sent to you in your mail. And once you have a Zeki coin on you, you can get a lucky ball from here that gets you some really cool items, but it's a toss-up. You could get something regular, or you could get some new cool furniture. But either way, you want to make sure you're purchasing something from Zeki's shop often so that you can get those coins to get possibly a really cool reward. Now, as I mentioned, if you want to increase your personal characters inventory, you can come here into Zeki's shop, and you can do that by upgrading your backpack. It is quite expensive, so just keep that in mind. And then you have your ammo pouch here, and you can see I can increase my ammo pouch by spending the 2,500 gold. It'll tell you that your ammo pouch has been expanded, and then you can come in here and look and see that I have a 3rd row of storage now for ammo. Hi there, popping in a different outfit on a different day to also include something in this part of the video that I think is important. There are 2 ways to purchase from all of the shops around town. One way is to chat with the NPC directly. We'll use Tish as an example. You can go into the guild store, which I think I've mentioned, and you can purchase recipes from here. This is also where you can spend your skill medals that we talked about. And then there's another place to purchase things, and it's at the actual register at the store. So if you're looking for a certain thing that you can't find from talking to the NPC or vice versa, you might need to check the other cash register. This was something that confused me at the beginning as well. So just wanted to include that there's 2 different ways that you can actually buy the things that you need when you're in town. Oh, here's another thing that I heard was kind of important to people, and so I want to go ahead and share it with you. There are different areas where you can find different things. So since we're in Kilima, I'm going to tell you where to find some important resources. If you're looking for resources like copper or clay, you can find that here in Kilima Village. Also on your map, if you look right here at the Fisherman's Lagoon, wrapping all the way around this little area here and all the way up the side, all the way to here on the map, is where you can find clay. Now, this is a teensy bit of a spoiler, but I do want to include it in the video because I know people wanted to know about this earlier. But if you are looking for the black market, which you will learn more about if you just go through your quests, but if you want to take a sneak peek at the black market a little early, if you look at the Remembrance Garden right here, it's directly south of Kilima Village. You can find it right here. There's a little back entrance to get into this market. I'm not going to show it off in this video because, again, I don't want to spoil it for anyone. But you can come here and go take a look at what's in there. It's a very cool place, and you should be able to visit it right away as a beginner, even without the quest line. So I did want to include that in the video. If you want to get to Bahari Bay, there are 2 places or 2 ways to get to Bahari Bay. 1, you can get to Bahari Bay from your home plot, or 2, you can run to this area right here on the map, which leads you into Bahari Bay. So I'm going to run right over here since we're close by, and you can run straight through these little gates, and it will transport you basically to this whole new area on the map. All right, so welcome to the open world of Bahari Bay. It's really beautiful out here, and it's definitely more of a wilderness than it is in Kilima. Again, Kilima is more of like a little town versus Bahari is where you're coming to hunt and find different resources. So let's talk about everything you can find and what's unique to this biome right now. So now let's talk about the resources that you can find. I forgot to mention trees. You can find softwood basically in both biomes. You can chop down those trees that have softwood in both Kilima and Bahari Bay. However, if you're looking for hardwood, that exists specifically in Bahari Bay, and hardwood is what you find, like this is a softwood tree versus this tree over here has the hardwood that you look for. So you chop down these trees for hardwood. Now, you do have flow trees, and although you'll find more flow trees in Bahari Bay, sometimes they do pop up in Kilima Village, but we're going to talk about something that happens at night in Bahari Bay that'll be very useful to you. Before we do that, let me finish telling you about the other resources. So we have iron out here. We also have Palium, which is a very important resource. I don't know if I'll be able to find any on the video, but there are these blue iridescent like stones that pop out of them. And Palium, again, is a very, very important resource. It's more rare than any of the resources that you can find. And you'll find it out here in Bahari Bay. So make sure you keep an eye out for it. And if you ever see it, make sure you mine it. You'll also find gold mining throughout everywhere, I believe. Gold, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not 100% sure, but you do get gold randomly from mining. It's another very rare resource, so just keep an eye out for gold too when you're mining. All right, so now let's talk about something that only happens specifically in Bahari Bay every night at 12 a.m. Flow trees are these trees that you'll see around that have this purple glow on the stem of the tree or the base of the tree. At 12 a.m., there's a grove that spawns, and a grove is basically a bunch of flow trees in one area. And you might be wondering, why are flow trees important? They provide you with flow wood, which is used in different crafting recipes, and it's also used for furniture. So it's very, very important. I just heard the flow tree grove, but there it is. Okay, the grove spawned right here next to us. This is what a flow tree grove looks like. It has this purple glow, and you'll usually see people pop up in chat and say where the grove is so that you can run to them. The most important thing I want you guys to know about flow tree groves is the etiquette around chopping these down. So essentially, other players will come here. As you can see, we already have someone here now, and they're going to wait until 2 or 3 a.m. in game time to chop the trees down. So what you want to do is come get one hit on every single flow tree, just like this. There will be a lot of players here soon. There's actually a ton of flow trees at this one, which is really nice. But you want to get one hit, so once they start getting chopped down, you'll get all of the wood automatically. If you don't come hit all of these, once they start chopping, if you miss a tree, you're not going to get any resources from them. So it's very important that you hit every single flow tree in this grove. But yeah, so now we wait. So again, this is Palia etiquette. You can't run off and go do something else and then return closer to the time if you want to. Another thing that people have been doing, which has been kind of nice, is dropping bug lures. There it is. As I was talking about it, it literally happened. So it's just a fun thing that you do while you wait until 3 a.m. for people to come to chop this grove down. We're going to go ahead and chop. As you can see, it's 3 a.m. And if you loot, you can see right there, we've got 10 flow infused wood. So we're just going to chop these down and get all of the flow infused wood. And that is how you participate in a flow tree grove here in Bahari Bay. Now, do you remember that conversation we had a little bit earlier, what I was telling you can get from your home plot to Bahari Bay? If you look on your map right here in this area, right here, so outskirts and the flooded fortress between the two, right here is where you can fast travel to and from Bahari Bay from your home plot. You also have a fast travel map here that you can access, which is really convenient. But if you run through here, this little area will take you straight back to your home plot. And it's just a wonderful, wonderful addition. I love being able to get to Bahari Bay straight from my home plot if I need to. If you're doing hunting in general, I recommend coming to Bahari Bay because it has literally all of the animals that you could ever hunt, and it has all versions of the animal that you can hunt too. Next thing we want to talk about is fast travel. So if you open up your map, you can see return to housing plot in the upper right hand corner of the screen. This is really great for wherever you are in the world. If you just want to hurry up and return home, let's say your inventory is full or you just don't feel like running all the way home, you can click here to return back home to your plot with just a click of a button. Now, the only thing is that this does have a cooldown, so you can't just repeatedly use it over and over. You will have to wait. It's not a super long amount of time, but just be mindful that if you do return to your housing plot and then go running right back out, you can't return very easily. You might find yourself having to run back home. Now, the other way to fast travel is to come to one of these signs that you'll find all around the map. And when I say all around, they're kind of spread out, but they are in different areas of the map, specifically so you can easily fast travel between these. So if you see one of these stables, you can use them to fast travel. So you just click F to open it up, and then you can see all the different places that you can travel in Kilima. And there's always an option, depending on what map you're in, to travel to the other map. So yeah, you can click to fast travel, but for right now, just know that if you do want to fast travel, it's going to cost you a little gold. All right, so we're back here in my garden, and we're going to start talking about money making. Money making is probably one of the most requested things that people want to know about. I get the question all the time, what is the best way to make money in Palia? And you're really going to hate the answer, but truly the answer is everything you do in Palia can make you money. It's really about which type of grind you like doing the most. I would say the most profitable way to make money is either gardening or hunting in Palia. Both require time in different ways, but these two ways are my personal favorites to make money. But my number one favorite is definitely gardening. It's a passive way to make money. You just plant everything, make sure you water it every day, and then eventually you'll harvest your crops, and then you will, turn them into other resources that you can then sell for more money. Now, what you're going to want to do is focus on leveling up your gardening skill, because you don't make real money with gardening until you can start getting access to these cool new tools, such as the preservative jar and also the seed maker. Okay, these two are essential to why you can make the most money while you're gardening. But let's just say that you have leveled yourself up and you can get the preservative jar and the seed maker, which you get from Bad Roo. You can then start turning your crops into either pickles or preserves, or back into seeds that you can use not only to garden but to sell. Now, if you're very early game, I'm assuming you are if you're watching this video, potatoes is one of the best things that you can farm. But before you start just farming potatoes, you're going to want to plant them and turn them into star quality potatoes, because star quality resources, especially once you turn them into something else like seeds or preserves, is going to sell for more money. Once you have your regular seeds, you might have just regular potatoes or regular cabbage. I'm going to stick with the cabbage for the example. You can plant it down here. Okay, so now that you have your regular cabbage planted, you're going to want to have your worm farms. This is again unlocked by leveling up your gardening skill, which is why it's really important to focus on doing that. And then once you start turning resources, usually food or something like that, into fertilizer, you will get different types of fertilizer. Again, you're probably going to want to look, you can look this up online. It'll tell you exactly what to put in to get what back out. But the one you usually start out with in the game is quality up fertilizer. This could also be purchased too, but you want to get your quality up fertilizer because it increases the quality of the crop. So basically I'm going to plant that on top just like that. You can tell something has been fertilized by these little seeds on top, and then you're just going to water it. Now, when you see the fertilizer runs out, I just like to reapply fertilizer until it's fully grown. But essentially what's going to happen is once these are fully grown, they will be star quality crops. Okay, so then once you have your star quality crop, you're going to want to come to your seed maker and then turn it into seeds, which you just do by dragging over here. Okay, so once you turn those into star quality seeds, you can then replant them. Make sure you always have star quality seeds on you. And essentially what I'm telling you to do is to just always plant and sell star quality resources. I'm just trying to show you how you can get to the star quality point. I'm sorry, it's a long drawn out answer. So now that you know about the kimchi and the potatoes, the next thing that you'll get much later on in the game is blueberries. I'm harvesting some blueberries here. And what I like to do with the blueberries is turn them into jam. Now there's two reasons. You can use jam in cooking recipes, so I always keep some of that in my inventory, but the jam also sells for a lot. Now blueberries and apples are what I like to turn into jam. I have my apple trees planted over here. You get blueberry seeds and apple tree seeds when you are much higher level. So I would definitely focus on potatoes for early game. And then if you can get some cabbage, that's another great way. But the reality is that you're really going to have to just figure out what's best for you. Now, let me just show you, for example, if you're hunting, whatever you hunt, you will also get resources for that as well. So you can sell a lot of the materials that you get from hunting. You can see that these antlers here, they sell for $2.77 a piece. These are star quality elder Sernuk antlers. So again, that's very profitable. Even the regular antlers sell for $60. You've got starstone gems. Okay, starstone gems sell for, this one sapphire sells for $1,275. Now it's much harder to come by, and I don't personally prefer mining over the other tasks, so I don't really do a whole lot of mining unless I need resources. But again, if you get a bunch of these gems, you can see they sell for decent money. So I hope that that has been clear. It's, again, a lot of information, I know, but I'm just trying to give you guys a really thorough idea because a lot of this can be kind of confusing. So I hope that that is helpful. Now let's talk about partying up and playing as a community in this game. Palia is very focused on trying to make doing things together as a community or with your friends a big part of the game, which we love. So as I mentioned earlier, you can do things like attend cake parties where you cook a bunch of cakes and then sell them. You can fish together and you can also hunt together. You can bug catch together. You also get rewards for doing things together as well, such as party buffs. So one party buff that you'll notice is when you're fishing, If you fish together around not only your friends, but just other people who are playing in the game, you will see a little buff pop up in the corner. I'll include a clip from my streams to show you the buff and what it looks like. But when you have this buff on your screen, you are more likely to get chests. Chests are super useful for getting makeshift items and recipes. Also, buffs help you to catch more fish, I believe, and as another reason why you're rewarded for when you're doing things together as a group. You'll also, when you're running around hunting and stuff like that with your friends, if you're hunting or bug catching, you will get the loot that your friends get. So if you're partied up in a group, if someone in that group, for example, hunts something and they get a rare item, you will also get that item now. And it's the same thing with bug catching. If people catch certain bugs, or if you do a bug catching honey lure party or something like that, you will share a lot of the resources that your friends are getting at the same time. Now, I do want to note that Palia is not a game that you have to play with other people, but I do just want to mention that you can be rewarded if you do things with other people in the game. It doesn't even have to be friends, but just around other people in the game. Now, in addition to that, you have your friends list. If you hit O on your keyboard, you will open up your friends list. Here's where you can manage everyone in the game that you want to be friends with or are friends with. So you can have, you see at the top, you have friends requests, and then you have all of your friends that are aligned. You have a community, which is basically showing off the members that are in your community, which we talked about earlier. And then we also have everybody that's in the server. So these aren't necessarily your friends, but people who are sharing the same server as you. If you want to add a friend, you can do that by clicking the plus icon and adding them right here. You need to just type in their exact name and they should pop up. Now, if you click the little three dots here, this area you can use to unfriend, invite people to a party, give kudos, mute, block, or report. Obviously, if something inappropriate happens in the game, you can report or block a player. I usually work off of this menu with my friends right here. So you can invite someone to a party pressing this little plus sign. And then you also have server sync, which is really important for when you want to do something together. If you can't find the person or they don't see you, it's probably because you need to server sync them so that they will be on the same map as you. You just click this little button here and you can do that. Now, the other thing I want to make a note of when you are playing the game and playing with other people is that there is a request area, which is really, really nice. You are rewarded for fulfilling requests, and you can also put in your own request. Now, what you need to know about item requests is that you can only request things that you have found in the game. So if you don't see it in your list, it's because you haven't found it yet. So you can't just request things that you haven't come across yet in the game. But if you have come across the item and you need it for something like maybe a bundle, bundles are related to temples and stuff. You'll learn that through questing. But if you need certain items for certain things, you can always request them here. Once you request the item, it will show up in the server and anybody can fulfill the request. So if you come here into the fulfill request section, you can see, you can actually filter through requests from your community, requests from your friends, and then just requests from others. You can see here someone's requesting a honey lure. Someone needs some smoke bombs, and they also want some flow infused plank. Now you are rewarded for gifting these items. You can just click this button here to gift them. You get 1 renown for gifting. I feel like it should be more, but yeah, you get 1 renown if you gift. So it is a little, there's a little something there. If you need a little extra renown, then you can run through here and just gift all of these items if you wanted to. But it's really helpful to know about requests, and you'll probably use this at some point. So just keep that in mind if you ever need anything. Now, if you are in a party, you can have up to 4 people, including yourself, in a party. So you will see the list of party members here. In addition to that, you'll also see your party members, if you are in a party, here right underneath your focus bar. And that is pretty much everything you need to know about doing things together as a group in this game. Now let's also talk about Rummage Piles. Rummage Piles can be found once in real life days. So not in game days, but once a day. You can find a Rummage Pile in Bahari and also in Kilima Village. In Kilima Village, this is what your Rummage Pile looks like. It's like a pile of sticks and dirt. You hit loot and ooh, look, I got a new recipe. So the firewood holder. Now the thing about the Rummage Piles is that they are basically random. You could get something like seeds or like a rock, or you could get a recipe for a certain type of furniture that you can craft in the game. I'll include some footage of what the Rummage Pile in Bahari Bay looks like because it looks different. It's almost like It has a piratey sunken ship feel to it, so it's really cool, and you get a different set of recipes there. The recipes you get from that pile are more beachy in a sense, which are also very, very beautiful, but again, make sure you're looking out for these every day. Now also, as a tip, I will include a link in my description box below. There will be a couple of links down there, but this link specifically will help you to find these rummage piles every single day. So it basically puts a marker on the map to show you where to go to find them, so you don't have to kind of roam around to try to find them yourself. That should be really helpful, and I use it all the time. Also, I don't know if this is important to include, but I guess maybe people should know about it. If you hit K on your keyboard, you can access the camera mode. This is really great for taking pictures, and this, I mean, Palia is beautiful, so I don't know why you wouldn't want to take pictures, but you can look around, you can zoom in and out. You can also flip the camera around to take a picture of yourself, which is great. If you're a creator or making thumbnails, this is the perfect way to do that. If you hit recent over here, all of your recent photos will appear in this area. Now, one thing you're going to want to make sure that you do is when you take a photo, hit recent, click on it, and then hit save to album. Now, when you do that, the picture will be saved to your computer, and it'll also be saved in the photo album, which is these little picture icons here. If you click that, every picture you've ever taken exists here in this photo album, which is nice. I mean, you can go back and look at all the pictures you've ever taken. I think it's a nice feature. But look, this is me, Kato, and Steph when we first started playing Palia. Such a good time. But yeah, all of your pictures are kept in here. You can also delete old photos if you don't want them anymore. If you need another place to access photo mode, you can hit O again on your keyboard in your friends list, and then there's this little picture icon here. You can just click that to enter photo mode as well. Alrighty friends, so that is it for this guide. If I have left anything out, please comment below. We have tons of people playing this game. If you have something you'd like to add to this beginner guide as a tip, please make sure you comment it down below. Also, if you've enjoyed the video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I would love it if you shared this video with someone else who is just starting out in Palia. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I will catch you all in the next one. Peace!